Hey L7, I'm sorry to be at a weird angle. I'm gonna make a video, but I need to be doing something while I'm doing it. So I'm gonna do some proactive stuff, and I'm reorganizing my nightstand with all my crystals on it because it got a little dirty, and I'm just gonna clean up some things and arrange things. But I wanted to make a video today. I got a download, so I'm gonna read the download to y'all. It's about the twin flame journey. If you've been following my channel or you've subscribed to my channel, thank you very much for doing so. I greatly appreciate it. I hope that anyone that watches these videos gets something, um, positivity, love, information, good vibes. I don't know. I hope somebody or someone's or some things or anyone's or anything's um, find some beneficial stuff from the videos I make. So thank you if you've been watching and you've subscribed. I appreciate it very much. Even if you haven't subscribed and you're watching a video, it still doesn't matter. I very much appreciate anyone that's taken the time to sit down and watch these videos. Okay, so I got this download and I want to share it with everybody. And it's about the twin flame journey. I am a twin flame. Hi, my name is Evan. I'm a trans man. I will be turning 51 in 2 days. Yeah, Tuesday will be my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Thank you very much if you wish me happy birthday. But let's get on with this, because I find this is important. There's quite a number of responsibilities that we carry as twin flames. I guess is the best word to use, carry. I don't really know if that's the proper word to use, but I'll start with that. I guess you could use the responsibility because that's the word that came up in this download that I got. So one of the responsibilities as a twin flame soul or person, human on the journey, and if you are on a twin flame journey, many blessings to you. This is not an easy trip. This is a very trying, sometimes difficult, extremely emotional, however, very rewarding if you are willing to put in the time and the energy and the work to healing yourself, okay? So if you are on this journey, kudos to you. It's tough sometimes. Okay, so here's the message. I'm going to just read it because I wrote it down, okay? It says that we have the responsibility to hold the space for those that need the space. We provide the extra nudge so that they may see their own divinity. So, what does that mean? Well, it probably might mean a lot of different things because we all come here with a common thread of helping to raise the vibration of humanity, to hold a space of love for humanity, to hold a space of openness, meaning open-mindedness, compassion, versatility, understanding, seeing others' perspectives through, i.e., their own eyes or their own perspective, or walking in their shoes, so to speak, trying to see life and the things an individual goes through and help them understand or see their own light so that they may be the best version of who they are. Because when we come here as twin flames, we're here to clean up our own poop, and in doing so, it actually helps to raise the greater vibration of consciousness on this planet, which is a big thing. It's not easy. There's a lot of darkness on the planet right now. There's been a lot of people in power who have abused their power, have created greed as a construct of normalcy, have created bad and ill intentions as a degree of normalcy, as a way of operation that it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay to hurt people. It's not okay to manipulate others. It's not for your own benefit only. It's not okay to be selfish in your wants and desires. It's okay to have wants and desires, but really, why are you having those wants and desires? Because for me, there's many, for instance, I'm going to use money because money is energy, so I'm going to use that as an example. Energy has two sides, a dark and a light. I'm going to use this because I don't know any other way to express it. This comb, I love this comb. It was gifted to me. It's an interesting comb because it's used in the hairdressing field, and the person that gave it to me is not a hairdresser, but the person that gave it to me is a hairdresser, and this is a comb called the Cleopatra 420, which I think is awesome. You can look it up. I looked it up, and it's not an inexpensive comb. I think this comb retails for like around over $40, which seems silly because it's just a comb, but hey. Actually, I love the way it feels. I use it to brush my beard when I need to. Or comb my beard, rather. So anyways, I'm getting off topic. But let's look at this. It's a line. This is how we perceive time in Earth, as linear. When actually, time is like a slinky, but more of like a tornado slinky. It's going to spiral, but it's going to spiral in like a vortex shape, and it's going to be elongated, like an oval, almost. And that's how time fluxes. It's a cycle. We start our cycle, gets bigger, get to the top of our cycle, hopefully close the cycles out, we move to the next thing, and it just keeps going over and over, and that's kind of what we're in. So, with that being said, positive and negative, boop, boop, just like a battery. I drew a picture, maybe I should find it and post it sometime. So here's your stick, or here's your energetic stick. Same source, it's the same stick, different perspectives, different vibrations, different observations, different experiences. We all have experiences that are here. We all have experiences here, here, here. You know, whichever side you want to deem. Usually people deem left as dark and negative, and right as positive and light. Whatever, doesn't matter. Upside down, backwards, turned around, doesn't matter. The polarity is still going to be there. You're going to have your negative and your positive, your dark and your light, your good and your bad, all that stuff, okay? You decide where you want to be on this stick of energy. It's the same source. I think the other thing that people forget is, how do you know what light is? Because I know what dark is. How do you know what dark is? Because I know what light is. Like, that is light. If I shut it off, there's nothing there. You don't see it. But it's still there. There it is. You don't see it? Still there. Same thing. Same thing. So, we are twin flames. We are the light bearers, or the torch bearers. We destroy things, not because we're mean or evil. We get people to see themselves, to go inwards and see all aspects of themselves. All aspects. Bad, good, don't matter. It's all in everybody. Divine feminine, divine masculine, we all encompass these energies. Just which energies are we operating from when we're operating? I think I made a video about helping people and why do you choose to help people? Like, are you helping people because you know you're going to get some type of reward? Or you expect a reward every time you help somebody? Because that is absolutely not the true intention of helping. Helping someone means you see somebody having an issue with something that you know you can contribute some information, and maybe they'll ease their experience in that particular issue or experience. And you provide it to them without expectation of a freaking thing. That is true help. Man has come along and effed up a lot of stuff over the course of how long we have been here, which actually, when you look at the existence of Earth, this is us, and Earth is like one of these little teeth in the comb is literally man's time of existence on this entire place. I find it funny that man says they're the ultimate Homo sapien entity on the planet. The species were the most evolved species on the planet. And is that really fucking true? Excuse my French. But is it really true? Because if it was, would we have the crap that's happening in the world right now, today? This world is in a place of dark energy. It has been manipulated and used for all the wrong reasons, and there's all these people that are light workers that are supposed to come here to help change things, and the twin flame journey is one of those. Now, Have you done your spiritual cleanup for yourself? Because to be honest with you, and you may not want to hear this part of the video, so if you don't, then turn it off once I start speaking and you're like, no, Evan, you're wrong. Well, you could say I'm wrong, difference of opinion, but I'm not. The real true reason we come here as twin flames is to meet, hopefully, meet our twin flame, not so that we meet them and have a relationship in the physicality sense. We meet them so they, poof, the stuff that I just spoke about, we do it to each other. We do it to each other when we meet our twin flame. Then it's up to us, not as the two union twin flames, but as the two individual twin flames. You have to decide, do you want to do your work? Do you want to do your inner work? Did you have traumas growing up? And I don't mean like just physical traumas, because those are there and they are experienced, but there's also other traumas that are experienced. You can have people that are suffering from being raised by a narcissistic parent or sibling or whoever their caretaker was, or being involved with narcissistic family members or friends, co-workers, everywhere. Abusive people on all levels: emotional, physical, spiritual, verbal. It's just poop. You have to decide, oh, do I have those? Do I get triggered by things and react? And I think people have like really overused the word trigger to the point where it's kind of nullified itself and people just laugh at it now and think it's a joke. Triggers are real. They happen. And when those things are happening, you have to look at yourself and go, oh my goodness, why did I just have that reaction? Not a response, but a reaction. And then you decide, do I want to look at that and fix that? And what can I do to proactively not have that happen anymore? Sometimes that means you got to go to therapy. And you got to look for a modality of therapy that actually works for you. Don't go to therapy because you think that's the therapy you're supposed to go to. If you're not feeling the vibe, maybe you're going to therapy like, what's the word? Maybe you want to do analytical therapy. Maybe you want to do cognitive therapy. Maybe you want to do talk therapy. Maybe you go and start doing those therapies and they're not working for you because you're not vibing with your therapist, or you just don't feel you're getting anything out of it. Then tell your therapist, is there another modality we could look into? Do you know, maybe I don't need to be seeing you. Maybe I need to be seeing an art therapist. Maybe I need to see a therapist that specializes in this kind of therapy. Maybe it's sound therapy. Maybe you'll go get a gong bath or a singing bowl bath, or you get a Reiki attunement, or you get chakra alignments, or something of that nature. But find what works for you, because really what you're supposed to be doing is cleaning up your crap so that you can stay high vibed and help out the rest of the world. And when you are providing the extra nudge so that they may see their own divinity, it's basically your light is shining into their soul and showing them every freaking crevice of wounds and healed. And sometimes when you do that, it irritates people. It doesn't mean you're a shit person or did anything wrong. It just means your light is super bright and the people that are around you may not appreciate the fact that they haven't done their work, so they're going to try to make you feel bad about it. Don't take anything personally. Sometimes it's easier said than done. It is. I've experienced that myself. But just understand, like, once you start doing your inner work, your light is just going to get brighter and brighter and brighter. And hopefully you're meditating or using some type of form of meditation that works for you to connect with your higher self, your inner self and your higher self, because it is two different entities. It's the same entity, but it's two different perspectives. Your inner self is here experiencing your humanness, this stuff, the physical stuff, the emotional stuff. That's part of the human experience. I think I got off topic. What was I talking about? Yeah. So when you're showing your light to people, sometimes people they have a realization about themselves and how they're operating in life, and then they're like, what? How dare you make me feel that way? It's like, I'm not making you feel any way. You're feeling that way all on your own. The other thing you got to remember is you're not here to regulate people's emotions for them. That's their own responsibility. I think I've even made a video about it, probably on my Instagram channel. But if you haven't seen that video, then here's your PSA. You are only responsible for your energetic vibration, or your state of mood, or your state of happiness. You are not responsible for anybody else's state of happiness. You can contribute in a way to uplift them, but ultimately, you are not responsible for anyone else but you. Sometimes people don't like that very much, but that's just how it is. There's one last thing I want to talk about. If you've hung around this long, it's 15 minutes in this stinking video. If you've hung around this long, and you're still watching this video, and you are, gracias, mucho apreciado. I greatly appreciate it. I do want to touch a little bit on the twin flame. Okay, sorry, I had an interruption. Okay. How many twin flames are on the planet? Oh, there's 144,000, Evan. No. There's not. There's 144,000 chosen ones. And when we use the word chosen one, let's remember what that means. That doesn't mean you're better than anybody else that lives here on this planet. That doesn't mean your energy is any better, so to speak. It doesn't mean that your bloodline is any better. Everyone is the same. We just look different. Looks can be deceiving, and don't judge anything by the way it looks, because you might be surprised pleasantly or unpleasantly. A chosen one is a person that comes here and is selected either by their spiritual family, their spiritual bloodline, their spiritual energetic family, or their bloodline family. And you're either chosen because you have enough strength to take care of the poop in the line of ancestry, or you volunteer because you know you got what it takes to clean up the ancestral poop. We carry traumas from generation to generation. We also carry joys and accomplishments and great positive things that we learn through our lives, many times recycling our lives on this planet. We learn both, and we carry both with us from one generation to the next. And from what I've understood with working with certain spiritual people, sometimes we are the ancestors we speak to. Sometimes we reincarnate in a new body, because that's what we do every time we come here. And we were those ancestors that were gazillions of years ago, maybe not 50, but like hundreds of years ago, or thousands of years ago. If our ancestral bloodline made it through all that stuff on the planet, which I would think they did, or we wouldn't be here, we may be those people experiencing the world now. Totally cool. But we were chosen, hence the chosen ones, to do that spiritual cleanup. That does not mean that you are also a twin flame. Are they one and the same sometimes? For some people, yes. I'm one of those people, and I'm not saying that to anyone that's watching this to go, look at me and not what you're doing. No, I don't. If you're jealous about what I said, or it irritated you in some way, put that shit aside, because guess what? This is not a fucking easy journey. This is not the easiest journey in the world. I haven't had anything handed to me. You may think that because your perception of me is a white person and a man. I've only lived as a man since I was 47. No, I'm sorry. No, that's when my girlfriend passed away. 37. I've only lived as a man since I was 37 years old. And I'm about to be 51. And I may look white, but I'm not. I'm part white, as that labels call it. I'm part Anglo. My last name is Martinez. My father's name was Frank Martinez. And that man was way darker than me. If you were to see a picture of him and I together, you'd be like, what? You'd have to actually look at our faces and go, oh yes, you're definitely your dad. That is definitely you, because you would see the visible cues that show that he's my father. Just because I don't look dark and speak with some type of Latin or Hispanic accent doesn't mean I don't have that in my bloodline. I've lived some crap that I wouldn't express anyone else to have to experience. So I'm not saying that me being a chosen one in a twin flame is coming from a place of arrogance. It's not. I'm just trying to get everyone to understand that there's a lot of people now in the world that are claiming to be twin flames, and there really aren't even 144,000 twin flames on the planet right now. Nor will there be. Because if there was, this place would be in a much better state than it is. There's very few that are actual twin flames. And if you didn't know, Jesus was a twin flame. His twin flame was Mary Magdalene. We don't know what their life was like prior to Jesus preaching his gospel, because those were written by other people. But nobody seemed to give a poop about him until he started saying, you guys are screwing this thing up, and you guys need to understand why we're actually here. We're here because we're supposed to create from a place of love, not from a place of jealousy or envy or greed, or I'm better than you. We're all the same. We all bleed. We all use the bathroom the same for the most part. As long as our bodies are functioning as they should be as the average individual. Not everybody's body is that way. I'm very grateful mine functions the way it does. I like my body. It gets me where I need to go. But this is just a vessel. This is not really who I am. Who I am is really up in that energetic realm. This is just a perspective of my expression in the physical world. So, that being said, I don't want to keep blabbing on about it because it gets kind of boring for some people. But just because you're a chosen one doesn't mean you're a twin flame, and just because you're a twin flame doesn't mean you're a chosen one. You may or may not be both at the same time. You would know, only you would actually know that. And just because someone tells you they're a twin flame does not make that so either. Apparently there's a Netflix documentary about this couple who are tainting, what a word to use, taint. They are screwing up the whole thing of twin flames. And it really scares me because they have perpetuated an energetic thing that needs to be transmuted, because you can't destroy energy. It needs to be transmuted, and they need to be shown for who they really are. They're con artists. And if you're in the twin flame community, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say their name. You can look up the definition. You can look it up on Netflix. You can look it up on YouTube. You can look it up on Google. They'll tell you the name of the documentary and who these people are. I hope you haven't thought about going to them, and I hope you don't think about using any services like that, because that's just a way to get money. And those people are just screwing you out of actually healing and living a fruitful life. No one can heal for you. That's the other thing I need to add. You go see a spiritual healer, and you see them and you do your sessions, and then you're like, I'm not healed, fuck them. No, fuck you, really. Because it's not the job of the healer to heal you. It's the job of the healer to show you certain things. You have to do the work on your own. Healer doesn't do the work for you. The healer shows you how to do the work, shows you what's available to you to work on, and then you decide if you want to do it or not. So don't get mad at me or any other healer that you've had a session with or watched their videos and you're like, I'm still not healing. Go do the work. Is it hard? Fuck yes. Does it suck sometimes? Yes. Is it crappy sometimes? Yes. Does it make you feel I just want to give up sometimes? Yes. However, the flip side of that, which is also available to you, is it rewarding? Yep. Do you feel empowered? Yep. Do you feel much better? Yep. Do you feel more whole as a person? Yep. Do you feel more like you? Yep. Do you feel more balanced? Yes, I do. Like I said, once again, where do you sit on your perspective? This was your life from beginning to end or whatever. It's all the same anyways. It's a cycle. Where are you sitting right now? Are you sitting here? Or are you sitting here? Are you sitting positive? Because here's the other thing, y'all. This is out of balance. If you got too much shit right here, what does it do? Boop! Still fucks up and is out of balance. Just like with the negative side. You got too much over here, it's going to teeter-totter and be out of balance. Toxic positivity, toxic negativity, they actually exist. What you want is in the middle, balance. Here's a good way to test yourself if you're in balance. Find a topic that you are very passionate about, that you know some of your friends or family members may not be as passionate about or feel as strongly as you do. And they may actually disagree with you. And start a discussion with them. Don't get in an argument if you can avoid it, but start a discussion with them. Try to stay calm, because if you can stay calm when they're saying their opinion to you or how they feel about it, and you are not agreeing with it in any way and are just like, I don't understand why they feel that way. If you can sit there and have that conversation with them and not be like, what the fuck, in their face or thinking those thoughts while they're saying what they're saying, if you can sit and actually just listen to the person when they're saying what they're saying and have some type of understanding about why they're saying what they're saying, then you, my friend, have found some degree of balance. Because having balance means that you can look at any topic in the world where there are definitely two sides, and there's always going to be, and you can find the middle ground of understanding both sides of the topic. And you don't even have to put yourself in either side, because maybe you don't have any real passionate feelings about the topic. You just know that it's there and see it for what it is. That's called balance, people. That's what you got to figure out for yourself, especially as a twin flame. So, namaste. I don't know how to do all this stuff, and I'm not trying to be rude. Just not big into going to church and stuff. But I do believe in higher power. So, blessings to you, my friend. If you watch this video, hopefully know better, do better. It's a motto I've gotten from my shaman, and I'm going to carry it forth and hopefully apply that to myself as well. If you found this video awesome, please do the thing that everybody says and boop boop. You can subscribe or not, that's up to you. I don't put out my videos regularly, really, as if you have been noticing or see that. So I don't expect anybody to subscribe, really. But if you do, awesome, thank you. It's awesome, I appreciate it. Maybe that means you're getting something out of the videos. I don't know. If you fell asleep to this video because of my voice, because I've been thinking about doing meditations, and hopefully maybe it makes you go to sleep. That's helpful, right? I have horrible insomnia sometimes, so I listen to sometimes I just let certain things play in the background where people are talking because I like the sound of their voice, and it like kind of lulls me to sleep. So if that did that for you, you're welcome. Okay. Hopefully you found some benefit from this message that I gave you. And please have a wonderful day whenever you watch this. If you can find some time to meditate, go do it. It doesn't mean you have to sit with your brain all shut off and be like, because there are different forms of meditation for everybody. Find something that you really enjoy doing, where you realize you've been doing it for hours and hours and you didn't realize the time passed. That's a form of active meditation. So go do that. Makes you feel better. Feed your heart. That's what you gotta do. Okay, I gotta go, guys. I'm gonna do the thing I said I was gonna do, which is organize my crystals. Alright, everybody have a wonderful day. I hope to see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Peace.